You know that someone sent this podcast to my dad?
Hello, you're listening to the Salmon Basketball Podcast, where we reel you in and play ball. I'm Jackson.
I'm Steve.
I'm Hamdog.
And this is the podcast with the mostest because we have the best guest. They're the best guests. And just in time for Christmas, we have the big man himself. It is the Grinch. We got the Grinch here.
Yeah, it's Luke.
Oh fuck! You said on
Yes!
You said on the phone that you're actually you said something else to me. Anyway, so this is our good friend Luke, who's been trying to get on the podcast for a while.
I've been desperate, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Actually, should we tell him what's coming up in the podcast?
Coming up tonight,
Well,
some sensual
sounds like a good
oils. We're gonna be doing some fucking stuff you don't even want to know.
Why do they call it essential oils? I've been living pretty much fine without them.
alright, let's just tell them that I've been making some deals in the radio industry and we might have a special guest coming up later on.
Basically, because we can't crack 50 views on this podcast, we'll just be getting pseudo-celebs in and hoping they share it to their friends. And
So basically, you know, that Italian guy who used to do the REA ads, where with the whistle, I want him to be on next one.
Unbelievable, Mike.
That's the guy. Unbelievable, mate. You won't believe it. So my car goes up under the fucking hits a treat, you know, the bald guy.
This is a terrible start to this podcast.
No, I like it. I think we're
This is very negative behaviour.
We're on an upward trajectory. Anyway, Luke, tell us about yourself.
Well, not much to say, you know, just kind of living life.
You're an up and coming real estate agent, aren't you?
No, not an agent, man. See, I'm studying property, so
Yeah.
but I'm gonna hope to get into property development.
You do look a bit sleazy like a real estate agent.
Thanks,
I
man.
might
I
say.
really appreciate
Well,
that.
he
You got
just
the
said he
slick
wasn't.
back hair, the shoes with no socks.
Actually, I do have socks. They're just called, you know, no-show socks. So come on.
And,
Are socks really that untrendy now?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
they're out of vogue?
Yeah,
Just
man, it
not
doesn't look
happening?
great. It doesn't look great, you know.
Okay.
And besides, it just keeps my feet a little bit warmer.
And just like real estate agent, you lie to women, say you're single.
Actually, no. I've never lied. That doesn't even make sense. Hang on.
Wait. Is this how your mother met your dad, Matty Z?
Hang on.
he's been watching that Pornhub series, Real Property Sex. He's got exposed.
Well,
We need to bring that up with Wakey Danny Blakey. Alright.
you know,
So you're gonna defend yourself, Luke?
well, I've never actually lied about my relationship status to a woman. So
Well, if anyone's out there, if they go to if they go to what's it called? Greedy.
Strats.
If they go to Greedy Boss,
Oh,
you
here
can
we
go
go.
to about the 2-minute 30 mark,
yeah,
and you can see Luke, the cameraman, and the girl says, "I hooked up with the cameraman."
yeah, she did.
Matty Z, you're not good at explaining shit. So basically, Luke... This is funny because Luke in the past has filmed videos for me and he hasn't done the best job.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. But I have seen him film those kind of like sleazy hookup vlog things in the city of guys
What's
going
that?
around
Why is that?
to nightclubs and just talking to drunk people and interviewing
Oh
them.
no, I wasn't. I've only videoed that one night.
Luke did one of those videos and I don't know, he hooked up with some girl he knew on camera.
No, see, the thing is, wasn't asked to do this until last minute. So my
Okay.
mate was the photographer at this party where it was all happening.
Yep.
And then I had a few beers and all that. And then he comes up to me. He's like, "Luke, can you do some filming for Greedy Boss?" I'm like, "I have no idea who that is, but okay."
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, I hadn't heard of him at this point. I just got like, "Yep, sure, okay." And just go through the party, just dance around for a while. And then maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later or something, Greedy Boss finds me with my mate. And he's just like, "Here, hold this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then he's just like, "Follow me around." I'm like, "Okay." And
Yep.
so I was just kind of filming him for 20 minutes. It was just the strangest thing. And then, anyway, then there's this girl I had met previously. And I was like pretty shocked because, yeah, met. And, you know, yeah, it just ended up, I was very surprised. I didn't really want to, but it's just kind of like forced upon me. So I was like, I couldn't really, I was holding the camera. It was a very expensive camera.
Yeah.
So like, she just kind of comes towards me. I'm like, oh shit. And then Greedy Boss just takes the camera and I just kind of have to accept it because like,
Either way, you got a new fan, which is this guy here.
yeah.
So what did you think of the video?
I thought it was kind of funny, honestly. It's not like, obviously, like, not my proudest moment, but
I thought it was a bit cringeworthy.
yeah, it's a bit, yeah. It's,
Yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe you should explain who Gritty Boss is, because
I don't really know. He's just kind of a YouTuber, isn't he? He just kind of goes around and
That's the only video of his I've seen. I
Yeah.
think he does the same
like he's
routine.
a bit of a, yeah, pretty much. I think I've seen a couple of videos. I think he just kind of just goes around interviews drunk people, and then he's like does some DJing as well around the place.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't really know
He's
him
got
that well at all.
He's got 20k subs, and his videos include Tasmanians inbred, Schoolies 2018 interviews. No, not November. How did everyone survive? What? I know why that's a genre on YouTube now. People just like Chad's just going around to nightclubs or the back of nightclubs and just interviewing randoms.
Especially Stacey's, am I right?
Stats. Who's the target audience in this? I don't know.
If I went up to girls and said what he says to girls, they would definitely slap me.
No, not if you don't if you have a camera.
Yeah, it's
You got a
the
camera,
it's
you
the
did.
implication, Matty Z.
He says all
That's why
this like
directors-
those really rude stuff, and then the girls just start kissing him.
That's because he's got a camera.
Yeah.
He's interviewing. He looks professional. If we get a camera on you and you talk properly without stuttering, then
Something
We'll be able to
changes.
get-
Everyone wants to be a star, Matty
Yeah.
Z.
people will like the intention,
And say,
So, if you pretend, if you like say, yeah, no, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got a lot of viewers, you don't, you have like 10, but they watch it 10 times
So
each, so.
Yeah.
instead of Hamish going around nightclubs saying, "Would you kiss this man?" I just go around with the
I
camera.
do that.
Say,
I
would you
mean-
kiss this? Yeah. Just do it on your phone camera to make it even more sleazy as well.
Look, yeah, nah, I would not recommend that.
Like he has the fucking camera, it's not even on.
Yeah.
He's just like, this is for my YouTube channel.
Just a
Hook
black
up with
screen,
me.
yeah. Or like a GoPro, but on like one of those selfie sticks.
Yep. Next level.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna work every time.
So that's your homework for this week, Matty Z. You can
Hey.
when you go to Italy.
Nick can film.
Matty Z's going to Italy. Take a camera. Tell the girls you're a bit of a big director back in Australia.
Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah, I'm Baz Luhrmann's son. All right.
Baz Luhrmann, the XXX parody.
I said, Hamish gave me a tip. I said, I'm not sure if I should just be going up to drunk girls kissing them. I'm pretty sure with this Me Too movement at the moment that I'll get a lawsuit
Dude,
right
when
quick.
Who said that, sorry?
When they're full cut and you don't even speak the same language, they're not gonna find you.
Wait. Who said that?
Hamish said when I go
Oh.
to Germany, just
No,
go
what
up
did I
to
say?
girls when they're really drunk and kiss them.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Coming from Luke, that's like.
Well, actually, I've always been on the same level. I very rarely, like when someone else is really drunk, I generally don't hook up with them because it's really gross.
Now, we can talk about Hamish going to
Cut.
America.
This is he hasn't gone yet.
No, going!
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Hamish is going to America. Tune in next episode to learn
No,
about that.
Okay,
Alright.
what is he gonna say here?
Right, so, Hamish,
Yes?
you got holiday plans? I got holiday plans. Luke, do you have holiday
Holiday
plans?
I do actually. I'm going to Japan in February. Just going snowboarding with a few mates.
Nice. It's gonna be
And
good.
Jackson?
I'm going to take acid in the desert.
Yeah,
So if you like a holiday.
I think you got the best holiday out of all of us.
Yeah, well, it's more cost effective.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I did invite my friends to go overseas with me to Europe, but
They
I was
went to
surprised none of them wanted to go with me. They all
They
ditched
went to
me and went to
Japan.
Japan.
You
Because
gotta
they're weeaboos.
You gotta stop saying these sad things, Matty Z.
No, keep
What's-
doing it. It's getting the clicks.
What's a better holiday, Japan or Europe?
Oh,
Pros and cons.
obviously, Europe.
Why, obviously?
Clearly, because there's more white.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, have you looked at the Japan soccer team? The women's soccer team compared to the European one? Come
There's
on.
no contest.
Remember that? You'll love comparing those two
How
soccer
many
teams.
Claras are you going to find in Japan? When
Do you mean the name Clara or the fucking the
Clara's
idea of Clara?
Clara's the 5th top name in Germany for females.
Is it really? Why'd you search that as well?
It's
man?
time to stop. It's time
What if there
to
was
Can
stop.
you
a-
explain this Clara name to me? Sorry, like.
We explain it. We try to explain it in episode 1, but I still don't get it.
Yeah.
He has an obsession and a bit of a fetish for the name Clara.
Oh, I do remember this actually.
yeah.
Because we wanted to get you a formal date, and you were like, no,
Obsessed
but
with
she
Clara.
has to be called Clara.
Yeah.
What
And
if
then-
there was a Jewish Arab lady called Clara? Would you still hit her?
Yeah. Did you know that Clara is the most common name in Israel?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have some troubles there because apparently they can't even drive a car without a man.
That's.
Looks
So
not
you can
that.
still fuck him.
Looks like
You don't need a car.
That's
you
not
can have
Israel.
multiple wives as well.
What, I can just see their eyes. I can tell how beautiful
Realise
they look by their eyes.
that's not Israel.
They said we said Jewish, not Muslim.
You
Do
know
you
what?
know the
Same thing.
difference?
It doesn't give me much scope to work with, but
Okay.
Just
What?
means you're gonna
Hang
just
on,
means you're gonna lose a little bit of your dick.
alright, let's just talk about Hamish.
My upcoming trip.
Yeah.
What do we want to discuss?
How are you preparing to go to America? Have you bought a gun?
I'm hoping to get shot. Yeah.
Sweet, so you're just going to visit every school you go past?
You're just going to enroll. This guy's 19, it'll be alright.
Yeah, what are my goals there? I don't know, smoke some California reefer, for sure.
Well, you probably die from the food quality over there. Apparently they want chips to be...
Okay.
Right. Yeah. When I think of bad place. Okay. Well, go on.
Apparently they're
Justify this.
trying to have chips as a vegetable.
Well, I mean, if you think about it,
Well,
potato-
yeah, they've got a lot of junk food, but
Didn't you see Jamie Oliver going to America?
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw
I did. He
that.
fucking cried, didn't he?
No, it's just all the cafeteria food
No,
was
that
like
wasn't
really fucking junk food, and all the kids are fucking fat, and there was like this really fat kid, and he was getting tested for type 2 diabetes, and then went to the ad break, and it came back, it's like, you don't have diabetes, but you only have 3 weeks to live, and he's like, oh, I really gotta turn my life around. I don't know, that opened my
that was
eyes. I
scarily
hate
accurate.
Americans
That
now.
was scarily accurate.
although I
I
heard,
saw the program.
I saw a thing that then some guy just lived basically just off potatoes because apparently potatoes have all the nutrition you need. To
That's
survive.
bullshit.
Apparently it's true.
Bullshit.
I suppose he could have made some vodka
As
as
I can
well.
find it.
I know there was a guy in Scotland who was so fucking fat that he wanted to lose weight, and he checked himself into a hospital for a whole year, didn't eat anything but drank a shit ton of water and had the vitamins put in with his water. So he took all the vitamins that he needed to keep his body alive, but he didn't eat anything, and he lost all the weight.
I've heard about that actually.
Yeah,
Is this
Pretty-
a true...
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We wouldn't lie to you, Matty Z.
Well, that's debatable.
Okay.
but
So,
not. We
you
wouldn't
re-
lie to our audience.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
You remember in year 12 how you said that you would pay for me to get a Greyhound if I cut my hair in the school kitchen?
Yeah, but you didn't cut your hair.
I did!
No, you didn't.
I did!
Connor
No,
cut your
it's
hair.
Connor cut your hair,
Yeah,
yeah.
not you.
Oh, no, if someone cut my hair.
You just got owned.
This is epic.
And then you remember that time that you said you would get me a formal date?
Well, I tried, but you said no to all of them.
Well,
Well,
I
he
mean,
wouldn't
he's
even buy-
got you again.
He wouldn't even buy a fucking ticket, so...
Yeah, exactly.
You just wanted to watch the footy. You didn't go to form. He was watching the football at home. So.
Well, you could have some respect for that, I suppose. But
Yeah.
Actually, I tried to get you a formal date, Jackson, but then you got all angry. You said the girl you wanted to ask out, and I went and asked the girl, and you got angry at
No,
me.
you didn't. You asked out someone I didn't want to ask out.
I'm serious. I asked that exact girl. I asked you in home group. I said, yeah, Jackson, I'll help you out. You're not very
No,
good with
no,
the
he's-
ladies.
That's
Matty
bullshit.
Z, that's just got popcorn and
That's
kettle black just
bullshit.
there.
No, I'm serious. I did. Actually, we have to stop with this in-jokes. I got feedback from Raras, and he said he doesn't understand half the stuff.
Yeah, because English
We got-
isn't his first language. Can't even speak English.
we got to keep it main straight.
Alright, sweet.
Well, Matty Z, I'm going to tell you right now. The viewers at home won't know about this, but I cut a lot out of this podcast, and for some reason, every episode, in the middle of recording, Matthew will grab his phone and call up a mutual friend of ours, who I will not name, and start, like, fucking hounding him about shit. Like, us, like, how's your girlfriend? Like, why did you say this about me? And, like, talking shit into the mic on purpose, and I have to cut out, like, 20 minutes of a personal conversation. So you're the one who's bringing these in-jokes in that no one
I
understands,
think that's
Matty
what's going
Z.
to boost our.
yeah, we'll just get like all these
Who's that
narrative
ratings?
streams.
I think we should fucking start looking at the podcast differently and have Matty Z take an angry phone call every 5 minutes.
Actually,
That would be
I was
epic.
listening to Danny Wakey. So he said last night on his show that Domino's pizzas, instead of putting eggs, they have egg powder for the pizzas, and they put it in some water and just pour it on top of the pizza.
Who the fuck puts egg on a pizza?
And apparently someone
It's my favourite kind, scrambled eggs on pizza, yeah.
when he was working
Ham,
at
cheese and eggs.
when he was working at Domino's, someone ordered egg and pineapple pizza. So they just poured heaps of this egg paste onto the pizza with the pineapple.
So you're probably wondering how I got salmonella.
Wait,
powder and egg? How do they make the yolk and stuff?
I think they just mix it up and then they dehydrate it. And
I'm
then...
looking this up.
You know,
Egg
I
pizza.
don't think that's true, Matt Z. I'm gonna call you out.
No, I'm serious.
No,
They got
you're
egg
serious.
powder. I'm serious.
Danny, you're the one who told
Wait,
him.
regular guest Alec is walked in the studio, so just quick shout out.
Yeah,
What?
keep up
Alright.
Instagram.
Keep fucking owning Matty Z with logic and
With
facts.
facts and logic.
Yeah.
Actually, we can bring up something that we can talk about.
Oh, good.
All right, we cut that segment.
I'm glad we've got a topic
Cut.
for once.
Well, actually, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How old are you turning?
I didn't even know that.
How old are you turning?
Yeah, 21.
Okay.
Hey, what the fuck? Why are we having a 21st for you then?
Well,
Wait,
we
when
can...
you turning 21?
Yeah, dude, you can get.
tomorrow.
Matty Z, you can get $100 worth of free drinks from Reds.
That just says a lot about my friends when they don't even know my birthday's tomorrow.
Well, you didn't tell anyone, did you?
Well, actually, I was keeping that under wraps. I don't want anyone to know, so you can't hear outside
Remember you
this
told
room.
me-
Yeah,
Remember
so
you
you
told
just
me-
look
Yeah,
for this
no one outside this room is gonna know.
Well, no one listens to this podcast, so I'm
Oh,
safe.
so we're throwing you a 21st tomorrow?
Just to give reference, today is the 13th of December. That makes Matty Z's birthday the 14th of December.
All right, so
Program,
it's time for the news.
Yeah.
It's time for the news. It's the news segment starring.
Matt Z.
Oh, last time Alec went all political, and then we had to cut it all out.
Yeah, that sounds pretty based and yeah, there we go. And now you're listening to BBC World News. Four men have died in a terrorist attack that hit Jakarta.
Actually,
Hi, mama.
I wouldn't be laughing about that because 11 people died yesterday in France from a terrorist attack.
That's what they get for living in France. Fucking frogs.
Do you think
Alright.
we should deport all these refugees that are coming here?
Honestly, if they want to be anarcho-socialists, we could just kill them anyway. But
We're
not
just
really
gonna
just
kill them.
them.
Yeah, no, basically.
Like, if they're on the same level as furries, like, we should just kill them.
What the fuck?
Controversial opinion, Tony.
Alec didn't even warm up to that. He just.
Cause
This
Come
is
on,
the
Alec.
fastest he's advocated genocide in.
Calm down, we don't want to get our videos put off YouTube.
Okay,
We're
so
gonna get banned.
again.
So, how come you guys weren't invited to YouTube Rewind?
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know why. I submitted an animation of our crudely drawn avatars, and they said this isn't quite up to our quality.
But
And we were doing the Fortnite dance and everything.
Just some random fucking vine is gonna come in there. Like, how's that better than us? Like, what do they have that we don't?
A lack of Matty Z.
Alright,
So the news,
oh,
the news story we're going to talk about is Australia just got a massive new space office or some shit, space agency, which is pretty big news. You know, this is basically our NASA, and they've chosen to build it in our home city, Adelaide. So.
the City of Churches.
Yep, and it's next to Matthews University, which got me thinking, how are we going to get you to space, Matty Z?
I reckon we start by building a tunnel from the university to the space station before they start building it properly and all that. That way there's already... that
Inside
whole-
before
yeah.
the security systems
Yeah,
are up.
that's it.
It's a good idea because they're only apparently employing 20 people for a start.
Perfect.
So it's going to be quite exclusive.
That is pretty good.
I don't know if you fit the criteria, employment-wise, that I'm looking for.
I don't know.
I'm thinking now that there's going to be rocket ships coming out, bursting out of South Australia, going into the outer space. It's going to have some interesting things about it, like
Aliens.
the other thing they'll have to do when they're taking off rockets from South Australia is you actually have to do a breath test.
When leaving the atmosphere.
Oh,
and
fuck that.
The astronaut is going to say, "I only had Sprite. Only had Sprite.
It's only sun-kissed, officer.
I only had Sunkist."
They're calling it Lot 14, I think, or... I don't think that's a very original name. It's just a dress. They could have come up with some
Yeah.
nice name.
Wait,
Better.
what? What are you talking about?
Oh, where they're doing it. That's
Oh.
the name that
Oh,
they...
Lot 14.
We've
Yeah.
got Area 52. This is kind of similar to that, you know. We've got Area...
You mean Area 51?
That's what I said. No, but Area 51.
Yep.
And then we got Lot 14. That just sounds just as cool, if you ask me.
If not cooler, because Lock.
Wait, Lock or Lot?
Lot.
Oh,
Lot.
Yeah,
no,
Lock
they should
14.
call it Lock 14.
It's
That
the
sounds
four-
pretty badass.
Yeah,
It's
true.
the former RAH site.
It is.
Ah, so that's what that fucking... Because remember outside of that place it said something exciting's coming the
Yeah.
whole time?
I thought it was a new Wendy's or something.
I wonder if...
I wish.
I wonder if that's what they knew it was going to be the whole time. Probably not.
No.
I think I asked my mum because she's in the public service. She's like, I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with it.
Well, there you go.
Stand by, Houston. I'm going to reboot the comms card.
Standing by. Houston, I have a bad feeling about this mission.
Some friends came back from... Well, one of our friends came back from Sydney. Sydney after they'd been studying there, and they decided, let's go on a camping trip because we haven't seen each other in ages. And we ended up going to the very tip of York Peninsula.
Just the tip.
Yeah, and basically by the end...
Well,
we
you've
became...
had to go through the rest of that's not the tip to get there, right? So,
Alright,
And basically
Gotta
by
let
the end
that
of the
be.
trip, we became savages.
Here's why.
There was no internet coverage, and one of the guys was participating in Destroy Dick December and had to use one of us as their victims.
It was a pretty fun camping trip though. Although we were in the middle of... Hamish and I were camping in the same tent, and we were in the middle of a thunderstorm the first night. Oh, no, thanks. I'm good.
Well, I think the first night you went, it was 31 degrees. And then it rained the next
Yeah,
day.
no. We went... Thursday was 31 and sunny, and then on Friday when we went, by the end of the night it was like 15 degrees, raining, and there was like literally lightning just striking next to our tent. Like, we were so fucking loud.
It was like...
guys to sleep in the Land Rover.
Well,
Fuck you!
with the benefit of hindsight...
And basically our tents were leaking, and inside our tents was basically like a toddler's pool.
Yeah.
but that might have been...
And it was funny because I had to keep going out to change the fly every 5 minutes because it turned out it was inside out. But then I'd move it and I'd hear a splash and Hamish go, "Oi!" And I go, "Did I put more water in?" And he's like,
Yeah.
he was basically drowning at that point.
And what did you eat on your camping trip?
We ate one of the campers.
So 5 went...
I told you we became
Yeah.
savages.
Because I saw some boiled sausages in a can that you had, and I was really keen to have some of those. But
Is that sarcasm?
no, I actually wanted to have some of those.
You want to have a sausage in a fucking jar. You disgust me.
I love sausages from a jar.
You love sausages?
Okay.
What do you sauce these sausages from a jar, Matty? That's the first time I ever saw it. That's why I bought it. I was like, this is fucking funny. We can throw them at each other, and then I forgot to bring them.
Throw food.
Yeah, throw food fight.
Your gran would basically murder you for throwing food.
My gran? What?
Have you met Hamish's gran?
Your gran probably went through a war and she was starving, and then you're just throwing sausages
No,
at
she was
each
very
other.
affluent.
Greatest
No, no,
generation,
no.
my ass.
He's talking about his grind. He went through the Bosnia and Herzegovina civil war.
Oh, okay, that's fair
Different
enough.
story, man. Different
yeah,
story.
ours made like commercial kitchens. It's like,
Your grandma went through fucking the fall of the Soviet Union. So apples
Yeah.
and oranges, man.
Yeah, she can complain, I guess.
You know, we completely glossed over the space station stuff.
Space station. I was talking
Oh.
about storage space, but yes, space station.
Well-
How are we going to get Matty Z to space? X.
what's the Simpsons episode where they get like 2 average Joes to like go to space? Couldn't like Matty Z compete with like Barney or some shit?
With an alcoholic.
Yeah,
You and Bailey could go up.
See,
Bailey's
stop.
like Barney.
We got
Exactly.
Alec here that we haven't introduced. We
We
got
did.
I fucking
Yeah,
introduced
yeah,
him. But anyway, my point is, there was a Simpsons episode. Alec is correct, where 2 average Joes just kind of get taken off the street to be put into a space station so they could broadcast it on television to make some fucking money. So if we did the same thing in Australia, maybe Matty Z, maybe we could get you to space.
The main problem I have with this is that The Simpsons is actually a cartoon.
Oh,
So,
no way.
it might be a bit hard to...
But if we get our podcast like big enough,
You're right, that's a good
maybe
point.
when we get to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here Space Edition,
Okay.
Easy.
That's a good idea. So, please
Usually
leave
when,
1 million likes and we get Ricky fucked.
Get Ricky to space.
Yeah, get Ricky, that'd be great, actually.
usually you go on to I'm a Celebrity,
Perfect
Get Me
timing.
Out of Here to revival your career, not to enhance it.
What
Well,
career do you
yeah.
have?
Right, if we define space, could we go to like where it's like, oh, well, this is space, but it's like just above. It's not really space. Because what are those like the planes that go up and they like turn upside down and shit? We could put Matty Z on one of those.
So one of those Red
That's
Bull,
crazy. Have you ever done DMT?
Are we talking about 9/11? Because that was in New York, not space. Two planes going
Joey
upside.
Diaz, the cocaine buying process.
Anyway, we have to leave the Earth's atmosphere,
Alright,
atmosphere, and then you're in space.
Yeah,
That
you
would be
had your
too hard,
space.
What?
Alright, I want to talk about Sonic.
Okay. What do you want to talk
We're
about?
talking about Sonic.
Sonic. What do you guys think of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Are you gonna go see it? Okay, guys, let's have a quick, fun little poll. Sonic the Hedgehog or Detective Pikachu?
Alright, hurry
what
up.
looks
I'm talking
better?
about Sonic.
Detective Pikachu.
Really? Are you gonna go see that, Luke?
100% will. No, I haven't even seen the Sonic the Hedgehog one, so I'm just a detective.
There's no trailer. It's just a really scary poster.
Oh, well.
Alright, we're talking about, hurry up. Alright, we're not having this on it. Hurry up. Alright, so, Hamish, cart this. Alright, so we got the music for the segment, then we go. Alright, so...
Thanks for that editing direction there, Matty Z.
So I got lots of stories, but I'll go with this one that happened today.
Mm-hmm.
So someone rang me up on my phone today, and
Sorry,
you're just ruining my segment.
So just try the segment again.
Just start again.
Look, we're on a schedule. We gotta ring Danny Lakey soon.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright, we'll let Matty Z have his segment. Before Alec has a heart attack.
As you were saying.
Go on. New segment. That definitely. This is the first take of the Matty Z segment.
Alright, so someone rang me up on my phone today, which is a very rare occurrence because no one rings me.
Do they
The
text you?
Zinger.
Was it your grand?
That's when you pay me out. That's when you use a payout.
Ha ha, you got no...
You
You
fucking.
say you got no friends.
What are you, fucking nerd? I already
Wait,
said Bazinga.
Are we
What do you want?
scripting the insults right now?
I already said it was...
Penny.
Alright, that's enough. So she said, yeah, can I do an interview? Do you have 3 minutes of your time? So she started asking me questions. She started off pretty normal. She said, oh yeah, where do you live? How much?
That's not
income
exactly normal.
How
Do
much?
you, what did she where
Did she
did
do
she
it?
say she was calling from?
I think she just said Australian survey. So anyway, so I started. The questions started increasing in sort of privacy,
Okay.
and my mum started screaming at me saying, "Who is this? Are they scamming you? Get off the phone!" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Mum, it's the government."
You trust the government?
It's the Mr. Prime Minister, Mum.
Willingly
So
trusting
anyway,
them.
she started getting pretty intense questions, and I was thinking, yeah, she's gonna get onto my credit card details soon, so I better hang up.
But what were the questions? Like,
Well, it's like,
what positions you like, or
how much?
political positions?
No, it was like, how much income do you earn?
How much
Where do
income
you
do you earn?
live?
Where do you earn?
And then I told her Adelaide, and she wanted to know the suburb, and then she wanted to know which mobile provider I'm with, and then I was getting a little bit suspicious with that question.
Yeah,
What suburb are
it's a
you?
bit personal.
We're not letting the viewers hear
Oh,
where
okay.
I live.
I got a similar
27...
I got a similar call from the Nielsen people who like monitor television ratings,
Okay.
like how many people tune in, and they said if you do the survey, you'll get a Nielsen box. You might get mailed a Nielsen box, which
What's
is
a
good.
Nielsen box?
So you hook it up to your television, and they track what you watch, your viewing activity, and then they send it to their company, and that's how they make ratings. They have like it's a smaller sample size. It's not everyone, but it's basically whoever has a Nielsen box. So then I could just like watch what I want to see more of, and it would influence like television networks. You
Yeah.
know, I'd be able to boost like I don't know. It'd
This-
just be they just make a million more season of Cops basically. But anyway, they were asking me all these personal questions, and every time I'd answer it, this guy would just be laughing. And I don't know why, but he's just like really laughing at my answers. Like I'm being truthful. Anyway, then he said, "Thank you for your time," and he hung up. And I never got my Nielsen box.
Matty Z, what is your dream?
My dream.
Mm.
Well,
Let's get real deep, boys.
I would actually like, wait for it, to have a kid.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
It's a fair call.
the fuck?
What are you gonna do?
That's so weird and fringe. I don't think anyone else has had that dream before.
I just feel like it would give you a greater sense of purpose in life.
Yeah, no, that's a good goal to have. I think
You know,
most
something
people
to
have
pass on
that.
to the next generation. I've always thought that was the meaning of life. Like if I could create a legacy, like that's the meaning of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just want to like build yourself up as something admirable and respectable, and then you have a kid, and then you like push your belief system on them.
Yeah, and then you
And
force
then-
them to do shit. And
Yeah, exactly. And then they do your bidding into the next life long after you're
You
dead.
force
Yeah, but
them
what if
to.
a kid becomes like a furry or like someone? On
Well, in that case, they don't.
Like-
Dude, I've got more sperm. I can just kill it.
So like I've always wanted to create like a Eurasian empire. Just go to Japan and just
Yeah. What Happer Nation?
Well,
Just
what-
like,
no, just Eurasian
So would you
empire.
like a
Just
boy or a
create
girl?
Just a whole bunch of like allocations and just have so many.
well, you say that, you think of like, oh my god, they're gonna have the best like I don't know, Scottish genetics and the best fucking like Japanese
No, not
genetics.
that, I just
But
wanna
then
have-
you go in the end, you're just gonna get a bunch of Elliot Rodgers.
No, oh, yeah, he was actually. Well,
he was half
no,
Asian,
his-
half white.
Oh yeah, his dad was a. Well, his mum was like a.
His dad wasn't
Malay
Jew.
or some shit. So, yeah, his life was weird, man. You know, he was a skateboarder as well, but then he got bullied because he couldn't do any tricks.
It's actually cool.
Oh no.
But yeah, so go on about your kid.
Well, we've got to keep the next generation of Salmon Basketball podcast alive when I'm dead.
So you want us all to reproduce and keep the Salmon Basketball podcast
Oh,
going for
Jesus.
50 years?
Dude, I think if I showed my future kid this podcast, they'd probably run away from home.
I kind of want to run away from home right now.
What do you think Jonah Hill's son?
You're
like,
not even
Exactly.
Jonah Hill's son.
Like what? Like if he had to show him like all his movies, isn't it just him going like Weird Lamau? So,
Yeah, I don't think Jonah has a high enough sperm count to reproduce. To be
Jesus.
honest.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
can you ask him to see that man?
You know that I can hear you. I'm not dead.
Sorry, would you say something, Matty Z?
Just ask him if I can. Just throw that shit, please.
What? The... Look, we're getting this back on track.
Yeah,
This has been
alright.
terrible
Kids.
so far.
Kids.
So how many do you want, and what do you want to do with them?
What do you mean? What I want to do with them? That's like a sinister question.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
okay.
only if your mind is in
Yeah.
the gutter. You fucking.
Do you want to raise them to be, very sporty? Do you want to try and we can't?
What's your
depends on
ideal?
their-
What's your ideal kid from where you are now?
Well, I don't think you should push anything onto
That's
your
true,
kid.
yeah.
I
Lame.
saw this tiny fat little kid
Oh,
and
okay.
at the football when I was umpiring, and his dad's telling some guy like, "Oh yeah, I fine my kid if he gets dropped for the football, like $5 every time." And I think your kid's not going to be an AFL star. Stop paying him out. Let him have some fun.
Well, I feel like
That's a
you
good point.
Yeah.
You've got to push some sports.
That's
into kids,
hectic.
Like,
No, yeah, but like,
fining
he,
him
this was
$5.
for
Yeah,
a,
what the fuck?
this was
It's like a tribe.
Yeah.
This was for a club. Yeah, sure. I think everyone should do exercise, but if you're not good at something, don't pay your kid out, especially if
Well,
it's just football.
don't- Just take $5 from them every time they drop the ball.
yeah,
That's hectic.
listen, mate. I'm dropping your pay.
Yeah.
I'm trying my hardest. I don't even have $5.
If I had a good diet, maybe it'd be alright. But
Yeah. Well, it's like you make your kid fat, and then you tell them to do a sport.
and then you just fucking.
Yeah, and then you like treat him like a professional athlete.
I need to steal money from mum again to pay
I feel like a lot of parents just do that because they feel like they could have been an AFL
Well,
star.
this is why bullying happens, basically. What do you think of bullying, Matty Z? Do you think your children would be the bullies or the bullied?
I think
Why?
we know the
Why?
answer to that.
Why?
Would you continue your legacy, or would
Oh,
they like?
Jesus.
What are you saying, that I'm a bully or that I get bullied?
But you're a bully, obviously.
Well, you're obviously the bully of this podcast. You've said terrible things about me that I had to cut out.
like he forced me against my word to have a boxing match with him. So.
Yeah, you beat up Hamish's brother all the time.
Oh,
Little
come on,
brother as
that's
well,
out
like-
of context.
He's so much younger than you as well.
He's been sending me karate videos.
I've been trying to get him to yellow belt, but he hasn't even gone to.
I've been trying to watch Friends, and he's been sending me karate videos saying,
What?
"Oh yeah, you gotta get to Alex's karate academy."
Well, you do.
No,
you
no,
can
no.
spar with
No.
Joey. You can...
No, because I got the because like Magion has like a whole bunch of videos. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm getting off track again, but like I was just sending it because I thought I could get him to yellow belt, but you can go back on
But-
track.
Do you think you could walk into a grading and say, "I want to try for my yellow belt. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube."
Honestly,
I've been watching
apart
Joe
from
Rogan
stuff like
videos.
the carters and like some of the more technical stuff, the basics. If you watch the videos and you kind of practice it, you could be pretty good at it.
Yeah,
I think-
I agree with that.
I think with someone with the self discipline of Matt Z, he could really. And it's not really
Self-discipline.
Okay.
Have you ever had to use your karate skills out in the real world, Alec?
I have, like, I've been in a couple, like, I've been in a couple of scuffles, or like some kids like, oh, have grappling with me, and then, because they're bigger kids, they seem to, they push me around, but usually I'm like, hey, whoa. But the thing is, when you learn karate,
Have you ever killed a man?
I haven't killed a man. Like, when you learn karate, you find that the more you learn how to fight, the less
The more you have a bloodlust? Is that
No, the
what
more
you
you
got?
learn how to fight, the less you actually have to.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like when people don't learn how to fight, they're like, oh, I could swing at someone, or like, they get into those scuffles, but you know how to get your way out of it.
Yeah.
And I think you feel a lot more
Because, you have confidence and security and you don't feel like you have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
But if the opportunity arises, it's like, well...
Yeah, so
What's the most brutal fight you've been in, Matty Z?
Have you ever been... Dude, Matty Z, have you ever been stomped?
Jackson was paying me out saying he wanted, every time I go and see him in town, he tells me to leave about 100 times. Jackson
Name one.
Jackson is one of those persons that
People.
people that if he has a little bit to drink, he gets violent. Like
Oh.
I don't get
you-
violent.
you
I
got
get even...
You got your different
Yeah,
levels of
fine.
drunk. Some people get funnier. Some people push people around. Some people get depressive. But Jackson's one of those people that gets violent, and he just goes.
How do
he
you
just
not get violent?
He just goes out of his shell and goes mad. And I just have to sort of have a leash on him and to pull him back a bit, just
Okay.
to rein him in. And
Guys, I'm gonna tell you what happened that Matthew is referring to. So there's a couple of times where Matthew has rocked up to an event where no one invited him because he's just been wandering around and walked in. And I've been drunk and I've been annoyed at him and I told him to fuck off. But there was this one time when he rocked up and I thought, okay, I've been rude to Matthew in the past and I've hurt his feelings. I'm not going to tell him to fuck off. So I just went up and we were talking for a bit. It was fine. And then I went, because I'm drunk, I went to he had a front pocket on his jacket. So I went to
the amount of times
I went
you
to
paid
see
me out about that jacket.
Yeah, because the thing is, it looks like it's stitched on, so it looks like there's a pocket, but there isn't. So I was just seeing if he had anything in his pocket, like just feeling for darts or something.
Oh yeah, because
And then,
with my
anyway,
asthma.
I go to check it really lightly. It's not like I'm being aggressive, just to go check his pocket, and he fucking pushes me back, and I just look at him, and I'm really angry, so I just dump my beer on his head and I sit down, and then Matt Z looked, he looked a little annoyed, but that's as close to this mad, violent Jackson that Matthew is talking about.
what kind of relationship do you have with Jackson if you have to have a leash?
So what happens when?
Yeah, well, what about you smashing bottles in the city?
What?
Like smash like that?
All right, we'll cut the segment there. We don't want to get the police involved. We already have that on the podcast.
What are you doing? Oh,
All right, we cut it there.
All
This
right.
guy's
We'll
running a
leave it on
meth
that.
lab in his back.
All right, go on. Nick was complaining that we didn't give Liam enough say in the podcast, so I want to get Luke's opinion for something.
Oh, okay, go
Oh, I
ahead.
forgot to say.
So, Luke, you can have free reign on a topic.
Oh, I don't know. What do
Do
you
we
wanna ask me?
choose the topic?
Okay.
No, it's Luke.
Well, I don't know what you want to do. You didn't give
Okay,
me...
what do you think about the proposed alcohol tax?
I don't even know shit about this thing. Hang on. What?
Luke. Oh yeah, you want to talk about barbecue squad?
Barbecue- what? Hang on. Operation
Boy to
Barbecue.
squat.
You can talk about
Operation Barbecue Brick Film Productions.
No, Operation Barbecue. Operation Barbecue is just a group chat of me and some mates. Right? So it's not everyone in the chat is active. It's there's maybe 40 people in the group chat.
40.
Yeah, but not everyone's active, So it's probably maybe 20, 25 or something who kind of go to events, and not everyone's always at the same event and stuff like that.
yeah.
But so you just get around
So
a dozen people.
I don't want to say that you have started a cult, Luke, but
Yeah.
I was watching Fight Club the other week, and
Yeah.
I noticed there's a lot of parallels to your friendship.
Well, what are
group
these parallels?
And Fight. Well, the thing is, I noticed that in Fight Club they have it's a bunch of guys getting together,
Yeah.
just for a group. They're fighting
Yeah,
in that scenario, but
Well,
it
that's
starts off with two people, right?
yeah,
Just fighting. Well, you learn later. But anyway, it's two people fighting, and then it builds to this massive
Yeah.
cult, But with you, it wasn't fighting; it was drinking. You was just
Okay.
you, Ricky, and a couple
No,
of people at a bar
I
on
actually,
a Tuesday.
I actually joined those guys. So Operation Barbecue existed before me.
Oh, okay.
Before
So
I met them.
you've basically
I-
you didn't start it.
Yeah,
you
I didn't
joined
start
it.
it. So yeah, so I had a mate from uni, whatever, and because everyone went to this pub on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And through the first semester of uni last year, my mate was just like, come to bloody the pub. I'm like, no, it's out of the way. You know, I have to take a bus there. It takes like an hour because I have to take 2 buses. And I'm like, and then I have uni the next morning, so I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
But then it came to mid-year holidays, and I was just like, alright, I'll go down this time because you know it's been nice to meet you all year. Time to show up. So I go there, meet these guys. There's probably only like a dozen blokes there at this time period, but you know, we had a lot of fun. You know, I bought a couple of drinks because I got I had a few extra shifts that week for work, so it's like sweet man. So you know, it was cheap drinks as well, $4 spirits and like $10 jugs. It was great.
Why join a cult with those drinks, those prices?
That's it. Anyway, so I just joined. They chucked me in the group chat, and then you know I just kind of started kept going every Tuesday because you know it was fun. So it's not so much of a Tuesday thing anymore. Like we still try and get around it, but mostly it's just for dinner or something.
Okay.
Because well, everyone's got people. More people have got uni now. More people have got like.
All right. So
jobs and
what
stuff, so-
what week was it? Like just time wise, when the animal sacrifices began?
So that was probably about week 3.
Okay, this episode was a little longer than anticipated. So the rest of it will be concluded in part 2, featuring our interview with Danny Lakey of Hit FM fame. Thanks, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're going to